When psychics and mediums collide.
Action! Hi! I'm Bobbi Rowntree, born medium, and this is my very special friend.
I'm Erin Lee of Heavenleemessenger.com.
Yay! And we're here when psychics and mediums collide again. Huzzah! Today, we are going to talk about body code.
Body codes.
Body code.
So body code is an energy healing modality. It's where we connect with the subconscious, which is fully and completely aware of everything that is happening in your body, in your life, of everything that you've experienced up until this point, and everything that you brought with you into this life. So that might be inherited trapped emotions or other things that you may have brought with you into your life. And what we do is we connect with your subconscious and we ask what your body is ready to release, to let go of, and what it needs to do in order to come into health, balance, and well-being.
So, is that just things that happen in prior lives, or can you screw things up in this life that have to get undone?
Yes.
Okay. So both.
Yes, to both. So this may be, so for example, you might have something that's going on in your life, and you might have something that's called a trapped emotion. So emotions are energies that can become trapped in our body, and what it does is it primes us to continue to experience that emotion. Because when your subconscious is presented with a new situation and it asks, how am I going to react to this? If frustration or anger is sitting there in your energy field, subconscious says, cool, we know this, that's how we're going to react. So if you find that you have continuous experiences where you're constantly experiencing the same emotion or the same types of patterns, it could be because you have a trapped emotion.
Oh.
And emotions can become trapped in lots of different ways. They can be inherited. So for example, your biological mother or father may have had a trapped emotion that in addition to the color of your hair they shared with you, they shared the trapped emotion with you too.
Blame your parents.
That is the moral of this video. Blame your parents.
Thank you for coming. Namaste.
Yeah, right.
Wait a minute. I'm a parent.
Yeah.
No, blame your parents. It's not my fault.
The moment when psychics and mediums collide became awkward.
Call my kids. Are you hurting?
Yeah, that's right. Did I do this to you? Maybe.
So this could be, okay, so could we use me as an example and then I can, okay, so for my stomach thing,
Yeah.
because my body doesn't let me eat all the food I want it to eat.
Yep.
Or that I feel it should eat or could eat.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be something from a prior life rather than something now. I've always thought it was something now.
It could be something that you've inherited.
Because that's my reference point, is
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Is the Bobbi time.
It could be now. It could have been something that has accumulated over time from early in your life. Mm-hmm. It could be like a whole pile of trapped emotions. It could be other things as well. And that's one of the super cool things about the body code, because we look at so many different aspects in our lives. We look at things on an energetic level. We look at toxins and parasites. We look at nutrition and lifestyle, misalignments, circuits and systems. Like, we look at the entire body. We look at all of the energetics in the body. It is huge.
Which is the way actually we're supposed to be, I don't want to say medicating ourselves, incorrect, but healing ourselves through looking at how we feel as well as how we feel.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, because I've shared with my doctor what I think about this, and that was a bit of a mistake. A bit of a mistake when I told her it has to do, I think, maybe with my psychic energy. And she went, you what?
Yep, that can be a tricky one to discuss with some
I think
people.
there's like a little thing on my chart that says, see, today look crazy. Because it's in my solar plexus chakra.
Yep.
So to me, it has to do with my power.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually hits me in the brain with power.
Right.
Because what bothers me is when I get to, it's the worst when you have a meal that's really yummy.
Yeah.
And you want to keep eating it, but your body will only allow you 5 bites. But there's 10 bites on the plate, and it's really, really frustrating because I know I could possibly try to do the 10, but now
you're going to pay for it later.
Really, really pay for it. It's not a stomach ache. Yeah. It is, it's like I ate a bowling ball. And that even makes it sound funny too. But okay, it's like painful. And I've had visions while I'm in the pain of myself as a prisoner being kicked by my jailers.
Interesting.
Yeah, being beaten and things like that.
Huh.
So you think that, I was hoping that wasn't it.
One of the things I think is really cool about body code is, I mean, we can explore what happened, but more often than not, just bringing the awareness to the conscious mind is enough to release it, right? Because your subconscious...
How do I release that? I don't even know if it's 100% a truth, or if it's a conjecture of like an imprisonment.
Yeah. Well, so one of the things that's interesting is sometimes dreams can become trapped.
Oh!
Right? So sometimes events that haven't happened, but you have experienced them in a way that is really visceral, that can become trapped. So like watching a movie where somebody has experienced something, if it's a really visceral experience for you, it can become trapped.
Okay,
Yes.
so all my life,
Yeah.
until I was like a teenager, I had this fear of being chased in a maze by a man with a limp and a hunchback.
My goodness.
Then I watched The Shining. Anyone who's seen The Shining just went, that's The Shining, Bobbi. It was. It's Jack Nicholson chasing after his wife in the maze in The Shining. I saw it again as a teenager and went, oh my God, I must have seen this when I was 5.
Yeah.
Because I have had that recurring nightmare since I was 5.
Yeah. And it just became trapped.
And then it was gone. I no longer have that nightmare. I no longer fear mazes. I no longer fear men chasing me with axes. Hell, I'm married to a fuller. I have really gotten over that fear.
You've really gotten over that fear.
I digress, as I tend to do. So that's needle mosquito.
Yeah. So
because I deserve to have that trapped in my brain because I was a naughty kid.
Well, I mean, I think that there's probably some question as to whether or not it was deserved.
Well, maybe because I was thinking I'm a naughty little monkey.
And it attracted
and
that.
it attracted a bad energy to me.
It very well could.
Because it was me.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You know, it was me. I'd already had a dead person talk to me that time.
So yes, things can come from lots of different places, from lots of different experiences.
Okay.
And anything can cause anything.
So, because it can even be the slightest little thing that you didn't even realize.
Absolutely. And it can be something that was really inconsequential to you. So for example, when it comes to trapped emotions, sometimes you have a really bad day, right? And like it starts first thing in the morning and it's frustrating and all throughout the day and you're just in this really awful mood. Nothing in particular may have happened. It might not have been like a traumatic experience, but that is enough to trap an emotion.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then give you more of those days.
It absolutely can. So,
is that especially if you start to associate them with things and people?
Quite possibly.
I notice sometimes when people have bad moods, they look around the room to try to figure out who gave them that bad mood.
Right.
They don't tend to look in the mirror and go, oh,
yes,
I'm being a little bit of a dumbass.
Absolutely.
And I'm making matters worse by being a dumbass, and people are responding back in a dumbassy kind of way, which is creating more dumbassiness.
Which is just self-perpetuating.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like a sea of negativity.
Exactly. So the way that we approach it is, first of all, by connecting with your subconscious. Okay. Checking to make sure that it's okay that we do some work. We ask the subconscious what it wants to work on first. And that's because the things that we are experiencing in our body, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, it's kind of like a tangled ball of yarn. And what we may think is the thing to pull might actually make things more difficult. And so subconscious knows exactly how everything became tangled and how it needs to become untangled. So we let subconscious drive us in.
That makes so much sense to me.
Tell us where to go.
Yes, because that is one of the reasons I have not medicated myself. Because I am nervous, I'm afraid, to cover up my symptoms.
Yes.
Because then I won't know what I'm dealing with.
Absolutely.
Because my symptoms tell me what the cause is. Because the symptoms aren't the cause.
Exactly. And so often we treat the symptoms rather than the root cause.
That's all anybody ever wants to treat. They want to stop the symptoms so you feel normal. But then the cause gets to free reign in your body.
Absolutely. And it gets to make problems possibly somewhere else.
Yeah, and you're tougher than you think.
That's right.
You can take that shit.
Absolutely. So, yeah. So are you ready? Shall we give it a try?
It's gonna be me. I'm a guinea pig today.
Woo!
Okay, so what do I do?
You sit there and you look pretty.
Hey! I think that's my manager.
And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to ground and center myself. I like to work with God, Source, Universe, and angels. So I'm going to call them in, ask them for help and support, and I'm just going to
better
with you. Yeah, we're going to need all the help and support we can get. Okay, and so I'm just, you might notice that I'm sitting here and I'm rubbing my fingers together. This is a form of muscle testing. So I'm acting as proxy for you, and I'm connecting with your subconscious. So I'm just going to ask, am I connected with Bobbi now? Yes. And is it okay for us to do some body code with her today? We get a yes. So that's awesome. So before we started our video, I asked Bobbi, like what's coming up for her? What does she want to work on? And she said, like, I've got stuff going on with my neck and I've got stuff going on with my stomach. So we're going to see where subconscious wants to go, and possibly subconscious is going to want to go somewhere else, but we're going to start with these places. So
experiencing difficulty in certain places. My subconscious is already packing already.
It's already ready.
It's letting me in on it. Let me in on it.
All right. So are we going to start first with Bobbi's neck? No, we are going to go to stomach first, which I think kind of makes sense. Mm-hmm. So we're just going to my Snazzy Dazzy app.
Oh, wow.
So,
I feel that.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Opening into the app? That's awesome.
No, I feel you talking about it all and talking about this with this and all that sort of stuff.
And it's going on.
Yes.
That's really awesome because, I have to admit I've done sessions for myself, but I haven't really done sessions for anybody else who's very connected in the way you are. So this will be
that's
neat.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I hope I don't explode.
Yeah, I do too. That sounds messy.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. This is very serious work, Bobbi.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm doing a serious face.
So I'm just going to give you an introduction. You probably can't see my phone and my app too well, but basically it's broken into 6 categories, 3 on one side, 3 on the other. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be asking to refine, and then once we get one, then we go on to the next menu and we refine from there as well. So if you're like, what the heck is she doing? That's what I'm doing.
That's what she's doing.
All right, so we're connected with Bobbi. We're asking, what we're going to do about her stomach. Are we starting with something that's on the left? And I get a yes. Is it an energy? Is it a circular system? No, it's actually a toxin. Toxin on the left. It's on the right. Is it heavy metal, excess electromagnetic radiation? No, we've got something environmental coming up. Is it on the left? It is. Is it cosmetic, a cleaning product? No, it's pollution. So, it's a good thing we live in a world where there isn't a lot of pollution. So is this a pollution that's on the left? It is. Is it an air pollution? No, it's a plastics pollution. So many plastics are toxic to the body and disrupt essential systems, hormones, and rhythms. Microplastics, as an example, are small pieces of plastic that pollute the environment and are toxic to all life. These small fragments are ubiquitous and have often been found in water, food, and in the air. So toxins may be from any time or point in your life. They can exist in physical form as well as in an invisible energetic form. So energetic toxins are vibrational frequencies that were simply unable to be processed, likely because the energy of the body was unbalanced. So what we're going to do is first we're going to ask, is this a physical toxin that's still present physically in your body? And I get a no. So it is something that's energetic. So your body was able to eliminate it on a physical level, but energetically it's still kind of hanging out. So I'm just going to ask, do we need to know anything more about this? And we do. So I'm just going to ask, where in the body is this? Is this in a circuit or system? We do have that. So are we on the left? No, we're on the right. Is this in an organ, a gland? No, this is actually in the energy body, which makes sense because it is itself an energy. Is it in an energy body on the left? Yes. Is it in the spirit body? No, it's hanging out in your aura. So do we need to know more about where it is hanging out in the aura? No. So we can just clear it from your aura. Before we do that, we're going to ask if you have any associated imbalances with this. No. So we're going to let it go. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So we've identified that there was is an energetic plastics toxin that's in your aura, and we're going to release it and we're going to let it go.
So when we say energetic plastics toxin, are we using like plastic as in like the actual thing? Oh, really?
So yeah, so what can happen is like plastics can leach into our food or into different things that we've consumed. And so when we talk about it as an energetic, what we're saying is the body has been able to physically eliminate it, but there's some aspect of the energy that is left over.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So, you know when you close your eyes and you're not actually seeing the light anymore, but you close your eyes and there's a bit of that like reflection of the light that's
Can't help
still
but
left.
see it.
Yeah. We've got a really
We're looking
bright
at a ring
light
light.
here. So what you're seeing is not actually the light itself. You're seeing what's left over in your eye from what you were
there because my body experienced it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But your body hasn't had a chance to clear that yet.
Yeah, because it actually, isn't that something about the cones, like when your eyes closed, it still sees the light because you actually see like all the way
Because
into
it all goes-
your body.
Exactly.
That's some science I heard about.
I'm really impressed by your
Thank
science.
you very much. I think that was grade 10.
That's awesome. So this is just a super like basic example.
Oh yeah, basic.
Right? So that's basically what the energetics of it is. It's the energetic fingerprint or footprint of it, but the physical has already been left your body.
Okay, so
Yeah.
on that,
Yeah.
on my left side,
Yeah.
I have a little lump.
Mm-hmm.
I've got my stomach here, and I've got my little lump
You've got
here.
a little lump.
Yeah, and could the little lump be a physical ramification to indicate that to me?
Anything can be anything. So
Okay.
through body code, we're not able to offer any sort of, diagnosis. So what
Neither
we
are my
can do,
doctors, so
yeah.
don't worry.
But what we can do is we can release things that aren't helping your body that will give you a better chance to come into balance in
May
your body.
help to start the healing process. a little
Exactly.
bit.
Exactly.
Okey-dokey.
When we do body code stuff, basically what we're doing is we're giving your body the tools and the resources that it needs in order to bring itself back into balance and back into alignment. Your subconscious is saying, hey, we've got this thing over here. It is detrimental to us. Let's get rid of it. And body code says, sure, let's get rid of it. And your body says, cool, look at what I can do now.
Watch me not get rid of it.
We'll have to work on belief
That's what my
systems
body
too.
says. No, but that's what my body says. My body's like, oh yeah?
Yeah. Watch this.
Watch this. Hold my beer. That's
Hold
what
my
body
beer.
says.
Okay. Shall we release
Yeah.
your
Okay. What do I do?
You're going to sit there, you're
Okay.
going to breathe, and you're going to relax.
Okay.
And we're setting the intention to release any sort of energetic imbalance that is residual in your body physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and in your aura connected to plastics. And when you're ready, I'm going to ask you to take a full breath in and out. You can do whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. And another full breath in. And out. And one more full breath in. And out.
Sorry, I be like a yoga teacher.
You know, I just want to pause here for a second. Usually when I lead people through the breathing practices, they are not yoga teachers. And the breathing only takes a fraction of the time.
I had to shorten it.
I know you did. I know. Sorry. No apology necessary. That was a good breath in. All right, so we're just going to ask, are we still working with Bobbi's stomach? Yes, we are. So are we working with something on the left? This is an energy. Is this an energy on the left, on the right? Ooh, no. Is this allergy or intolerance? No, this is emotional. We've got some trapped emotions. So the first step to body code is actually called emotion code. And in emotion code, we deal strictly with trapped emotions. So it's really a lot of fun for me to go back into emotions.
I'm terrified.
All right. So we're just going to ask, we're just dealing with a regular old trapped emotion. Is this on the left side? No, it's on the right. So is this a common trapped emotion, shared trapped emotion? This is an absorbed trapped emotion. So this is really interesting. Mm-hmm. And I believe that people who are empathic are at a greater risk for absorbing emotion from other people. So when people are experiencing big emotion, it's easier to trap it, especially if we have any sort of predisposition to experiencing it in a bigger way. So
Or a mommy.
yes, or a mommy, absolutely. So we're going to see which emotion this is that has been absorbed. It's in column A, it's in an odd row, not in row 1, not in row, so we're in row 5. Is it blaming, dread? No, actually we've got fear that's coming up as the trapped emotion. So I like to actually go into the definition
Of fear?
of fear. Well, because some of them,
Fear's huge.
some of them people don't really know what the definition of the emotion is. And so like this is specifically what we're working with. A strongly distressing emotion aroused by impending danger, evil, or pain. The threat may be real or imagined. And I think that's another significant part, is that this might not be something that is like physically threatening you in your space. It could be something that you're afraid of that is in a dream, is a possibility for something. So yes, this can come from many different places. All right. So let's ask, do we need to know more about this? We do. So is this something that became trapped before the age of 25? No. Is this something that became trapped before the age of 30? No. Is this something that became trapped before the age of 35? I get yes. So is this 34, 33? I've got about age 33 popping up for you. So when we do muscle testing and we look at ages, it's not really precise. So it could actually be any time from 32 to 34. So in that age range.
My marriage ended.
Interesting. So that would be a potentially a time when fear would come up to the forefront for you.
Yes, on a lot of different fronts.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And now this again was something that was absorbed. So this may not even have been your fear, but it may have been somebody
The
else's
children's.
fear. Likely.
Yeah.
So we don't need to know more about this. So I suspect that you're right on with your understanding
I
of
knew
it.
it was them.
Yeah.
I just had the whole...
Yeah.
I knew it was them.
Those
Nobody
guys.
has more emotional control over me than my children.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
I would kill you for them.
Said with all the love
I
in
don't
the
care
world.
who you are. Yeah. It's all the love in the world. It is the love that a mama bear has.
Absolutely.
That person comes out of you and you were like, I will kill everyone for you. You do that.
But I mean, like, don't piss off your sister, because same thing applies for her. So that's when it gets awkward.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
applies for every mama bear.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you don't have kids, you apply that I will kill for you to the other people. To other people in your, because you don't have to have kids to feel that. You just have to feel love. And I actually didn't feel that love till I had them.
Mm-hmm.
When I had kids, I went, holy shit.
This is big.
Oh my God. This person owns me. No one had ever owned me before. Everyone can I take it, leave it. Sorry. I interrupted. I'm sorry. That is so
Good.
totally on the money. But I
Yeah.
can't, that's so weird that now. Like, why
Well,
did it come up later?
Because it was trapped.
And then it came up because probably something else actually re-spurred it a little bit.
Or it's just been sitting there and festering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I going to do now? What do I do now?
Well, we're going to release it.
okay.
Yeah, we're going to
All
release
right.
it. Let's
We're gonna
see.
release it.
Do we have any associated? We do have associated imbalances. So we've got more to release with this.
Will I be able to eat pasta?
Maybe. Maybe.
That would be. I'm scared now. Now that's my fear. I look at food and go,
Yeah.
you're gonna hurt me.
That's right.
Look at a bowl of macaroni and cheese going, no.
Anyway.
Used to be my favorite thing in the whole wide world.
Oh, it would be so awesome if you were able to eat macaroni and cheese again without any sort of repercussions.
Yeah, more than 2 bites.
Maybe. We'll see.
That would be
Let's
bizarre.
see.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, so what else? So we have associated imbalance. Are we looking at something on the left? Yes. Is this an energy? No. We've got a circular system. Is this on the left? On the right? Is this an organ? No, this isn't a gland. Is this on the left? No. On the right? Is it a brain gland? No, it's another gland. On the left, yes. Is it the thymus? The thyroid? No, we've got parathyroid coming up. Parathyroid? Yeah. So let me just see here. We've got a whole pile of different things that can be common symptoms of imbalance in the parathyroid. So there may be something going on there, or it could also be that we just need to balance something. So things of low function could be low blood calcium levels, muscle spasms, especially in the hands and feet. Tetany? I'm not really sure if I've pronounced that properly. Tetany? Tetany?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. We'll have to look it up after.
I would assume that it's dizziness.
Maybe. Well, that would be like Tinnitus?
Tinnitus
tinnitus
is constant
the ear.
Yeah, but you can get
Oh,
they're very
interesting.
dizzy with it. What's the other one that's actually dizziness? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Fatigue.
Something shiny.
Fatigue, headaches, insomnia, tingling around the mouth or the extremities. So that's if function is low. And symptoms of hyperparathyroidism is so like high functioning kidney stones, gallstones, fatigue, nausea, bone pain, osteoporosis, elevated blood calcium level, and either high or low function can be discomfort in the neck or shoulder, difficulty sleeping, and muscle spasms. All right. So we're just going to ask, we don't need to know more about this, but we do have associated imbalance. So far we're releasing the absorbed trapped emotion of fear from the kids.
Okay.
We're bringing the parathyroid back into balance. And what else are we doing? We are working with something on the left, and it is an energy. It's an energy on the left. Is it post-traumatic, offensive? No, it's mental. Is it mental on the left? Yes. Is it a will to, a no will to? No, we've got a broadcast message. Broadcast messages are so cool. So a broadcast message is where there is something in you that is broadcasting out to other people, and it's basically telling them how to interact and engage with you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a radio frequency, and it is done all subconsciously on your part. It's done subconsciously on their part. So for example, a broadcast message might be, don't treat me well. Or treat me poorly.
Yes. I hate myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what
I hate myself. Hate me too.
Yeah.
People do that all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So
They'll even do it with their actions though too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like myself. I want you to for sure not like me, and I want to be in control of that. So I'm going to be a dick first.
Yeah, and you perpetuate it.
Yeah.
So that you can't be a
People
dick
do
to
that.
me first.
Yeah, because I started it, and so therefore I'm in control of it, and it's
And I
not
can
my
finish
fault
it.
because of me. It's my fault because of my actions.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't do that. Do I do that?
Well, we're gonna see
Oh, okay.
what it is. So we'll ask what the negative broadcast message is. Is it in column A? No, it's in column B. Is it an odd row? It is. Is it in row 1? Row 3? No, it's in row 5. And is it I need to be rescued? I want to disappear. No one cares. No one respects me. People don't want me. Bobbi, are you setting that out?
No, I hope not.
Well, let's make sure we get rid of
want
it.
me.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, they do.
I can see, because I've always thought, well, I've had an inclination that this has to do somewhat as well with what I am.
Right.
That it's a little more severe with me because everything's more severe. Because
Right.
I'm supposed to know.
Right.
And it's funny because it's like what you said when I project what I tell people. I actually project out something that tells people how to engage with each other.
Right.
That's like all I do is try to tell people how to live their lives.
Right.
And I don't want anyone coming in here. I want to tell you what to do, but don't you dare tell me what to do.
So actually, this is a negative broadcast message, but it could also be part of what's a protection.
Yeah, oh, it's
For you,
totally.
too.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
because part of it too, the respect thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because of what we do,
Mm-hmm.
and because I've always been this way, and it's always been considered I'm a loon, or I'm crazy, or I actually call myself a weirdo, and I call my world my weirdo world.
Yeah.
And it is kind of derogatory.
Mm-hmm.
And it is kind of me saying, I'm going to call myself odd, so that when you call me odd, I can say, yeah, I said it first, so suck it.
Yeah. So
And I used to only ever tell people what I was when I was intoxicated.
Right.
Because then I would tell them the things that were all around them in my drunken stupor. And then I woke up. But still, I've always been this way. So is that possibly a little part of it? Because I always think of it, because this is my solar plexus chakra.
That's
It's
your
my power.
Absolutely.
And this is my power. This is
It
what I was
is.
brought here to do. And it is, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
not like a, oh, you can have the power, I got a cape. But it's a power in that if I was like brilliant, if I was brilliant, not, if I was brilliant like one of my kids, jealous. That's what I am. If I was brilliant, then I'd be a brain surgeon. That would be my power that I'm bringing to people.
Yeah.
Or a philosopher. You know, we all have the thing we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so that could be that. So don't be It's
Yeah.
not about us.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to let it go.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Does that feel okay for you to let this one go?
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
I can't even imagine
Yeah.
being able to let that go.
Yeah. We're going to let it go.
So if I can't imagine being able to let that go, will I be able to let that go? Because I can't imagine it with my conscious mind. Will my subconscious be able to go, shut up, Bobbi, throw me over?
So what we're going to do is we're bypassing your conscious mind to a small extent, and we're going to let it go.
So we're looking around all the people.
Yeah, what do they have to say about all this?
Oh, the friends and family in there.
So we're going to release this.
Okay.
And then if it comes back in, we can release it again, and each time it will get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until your conscious believes it. Yeah. All right, so I'm just going to see, we don't have any more associated imbalances. So we're going to start by releasing this radio broadcast message. And the broadcast message was, people don't want me. Yeah, people don't want me. We're going to do some balancing in the hypothyroid.
I feel bad for myself.
The parathyroid. Well, then we'll just give you some love.
Okay.
And we're going to release the absorbed trapped emotion of fear.
That makes some sense with some other stuff.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to start with the broadcast message.
Okay.
So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. We'll do the breathing all at the end.
Okay.
So
I like that you invite me to close my eyes, by the way.
Oh, good.
I would have
like telling you.
I would have said, close your eyes.
All right. So when you're ready.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. I fully and completely release the broadcast message. People don't like me. I release this now and through all directions of space and time. This message no longer serves me. It no longer supports me. And it has no place in my life, in my body, physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. And I fibbed. We're going to take one full breath in. So when you're ready, a full breath in. And out. I know you did. And the next one, we are going to bring balance into your parathyroid. So I fully and completely balance my parathyroid physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and energetically in my body now and through all directions of space and time. My parathyroid functions exactly as it needs to, and it helps to facilitate balance in all ways. We're going to do one breath for this one too. When you're ready, full breath in. Okay, and out. And this is the big guy.
Okay.
I fully and completely release the absorbed trapped emotions of fear I absorbed from my children. I release them now and through all directions of space and time. This emotion no longer serves me and it no longer serves them. I fully and completely release it now and through all directions of space and time. And when you're ready, we're going to do 3 breaths on this one. So take a full breath in and out. And another full breath in and out. And one more full breath in and out. And we're just going to take a moment here to breathe and balance, to allow your body to come into this new equilibrium with everything that it has released, with the things that have come back into balance. And just allowing your body to sit in this place, to adjust, to become comfortable, and to invite in new opportunities. This is a bit of a fresh slate, a bit of a new beginning. And just breathe in that feeling of love and opportunity. When you're ready and in your own time, come back into awareness of your body. Come back into awareness of the space around you. And in your own time, open your eyes.
Do you know what's funny?
What?
Is when you said release the fear from your kids.
Yeah.
A little voice said, but how will we control what happens to them? And then my mind went, no, stupid. This is what you do. You don't attach fear to control things. Oh my gosh.
That's a pretty interesting belief system to come up.
And that's not my belief system.
Yeah.
That is something that I would say, oh, you're having fear about your kids, and that's worse. That's like worrying about something happening to your kids. I don't do that on purpose. Probably because I don't want anything to happen to them, and that's fear right there.
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. I mean, in the same way that we can absorb trapped emotion, and in the same way that we can inherit trapped emotion, we can also inherit and absorb belief systems too.
Yes, like the societal belief system that you must be this certain way in order to, yes.
Or to be, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, it can be programmed, and it can be something that you don't choose. So with the subconscious, much of our subconscious is formed in those first 5 to 7 years.
Yes, I agree completely. The first 5 years are so important.
So critical.
Golly,
and those things that we establish at those times, like our subconscious doesn't necessarily grow the way that our conscious does. And so it goes back and it checks in with those things. So if you've got that thing that's sitting there, subconscious is like, well, yeah, that must be true. This has been here for all this time, and this is what we know to be true.
And everybody else does it that way because it makes you a good mom to worry. Yeah. If you don't worry, you're not a good mom.
That's right.
Fudge.
Mm-hmm. So the subconscious is an incredibly complex thing, but at the same time is also very simple too.
Yeah, that's kind of annoying.
Mm-hmm. They haven't come out with it yet, but the next level of this is belief code. And we work with beliefs. So would you like to be a guinea pig when
I would
ready?
love to be a guinea pig because I believe very, very, very strongly in the things that I hear in my head. Mm-hmm. There's no book written that I can go, oh, well, scripture says. Mm-hmm. I just say, I believe it to be true, and therefore I think it is.
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot to be said for experience because of the experience that we've had, right? Because, I connect with angels. I've had so many visceral experiences with angels with their benefit that, whether or not you believe it to be true doesn't really make a difference.
Do you ever waver?
No. Yes.
With stuff like this? Like, so if we were going to go, because I believe... some of it I believe is them indicating things to me, so I'll pay attention.
Yep.
Is that part of the body code thingy too?
Sorry, run that one by me again.
Okay. Well, and that could be my self-loathing. Anyway, the lumps that I have.
Oh yes, the lumps.
The lumps are because the lumps to me are an indicator of pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. So is that a body coding thing, or am I actually just putting a highfalutin ideology?
So I don't know that it's necessarily a body code thing, but I would absolutely agree with that as well.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, good.
Like
right.
when I look at emotion, for example, if you're experiencing what I call uncomfortable emotion, because there's no good emotion and there's no bad emotion. They're all just on a spectrum.
Just emotion.
Yeah, it's emotion. Some are more comfortable, some are more pleasant, and others are incredibly uncomfortable and possibly destructive. So when you are experiencing a lot of emotion that is uncomfortable, it is a signpost, it's a guide that's telling you, you need to pay attention to this because there's something that's going on here that's making you uncomfortable, and you need to address that. And I see the same with things that are happening in our body. It's our body's way of saying, hey, there's something going on here. We need to look at this. And I'm going to get bigger and I'm going to get worse. So get your attention.
And so often when I see that, I link it with the chakra that the thing is happening to. Okie dokie. All right.
So it could be connected to a chakra, or it could be connected to something else, or it could just be this is where it's manifesting in the body. So when our bodies are in balance, it vibrates at a certain frequency. And when it is out of balance, typically it is vibrating at a lower or a slower frequency. So areas where things are vibrating at a slower frequency, it's more likely that something's going to start happening there because it's not in
more
optimal
susceptible.
health. Exactly. So maybe you are just prone to having stuff going on in your stomach. Maybe there's a genetic thing that happens there. So things like manifest in your stomach because that's where the energy is
They used to call it Rowntree tummy.
Do they?
Yeah, doctor. They'll say, yes, there are genetic markers. Like if you have cancer in your family, you might get cancer.
Yeah.
But what if you don't know you have cancer in your family? What if you're adopted?
Right.
How do you really, maybe you actually dodged every family bullet because you didn't know it was coming at you.
Absolutely. That is
You bent
definitely
down,
a possibility.
past your head.
Yeah, you said, no, not in this lifetime. I'm going to come up with my own
interesting.
stuff.
So, I believe I have stomach troubles. I've always had stomach trouble. So therefore, when I have something that's going on, they go, okay, let's hit her in the stomach.
Because that's
because
a
she knows that
pathway.
one.
It's a pathway that's already developed. It's long developed, and it's an area where you pay attention. My little dog Popcorn, when I was a kid, everybody in the family, we would sit in the family room and we would watch the TV and we would do it all together. If Popcorn was mad at us, she'd pee in front of the TV because that was where our attention was. Right? I know you're going to pay attention here.
Yes.
I'm going to put my
Now you're
displeasure
really
right
paying
here. And that's what your body does too. I believe that's how your intuition works as well, right? Like it gets your attention through the places that you pay attention to. You pay attention to the places where you've experienced pain or injury or you've had illness or disease. This is why things manifest in the same place.
When I do readings, the stuff I've been looking at becomes part of my readings.
Yes.
They put it in context. Like when I'm getting a little bit better on Drag Race. I was a little obsessed for a while there. I was constantly talking about drag queens in the middle of my readings. And I'd be like, too much Drag Race? Because that's where my brain was.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh, I feel so much less amazing now with everything that we've done. So over time, do I have to do something?
So immediately, like in the right now, make sure you drink lots of water.
Okay.
And make sure that you're gentle with yourself and that you rest. Perfect. Glad you have your mug. Perfect. Excellent. Trick or treat.
Very Halloween. We're festive.
Very. So yeah, drink lots of water. And the reason for that is because even though we're working on the energetic level and it doesn't feel really big, we're mixing things up and things are ready to be released. So give your body the resources it needs to fully and completely release.
It seems like water is the first thing the body goes, oh, I'm not giving you any of this.
Yes.
When you do stuff.
Yeah. Water is your friend. Make sure that you're drinking plenty of water and be gentle with yourself. Those
So
are the big
I
things.
shouldn't go and slap myself silly later.
I mean, whatever floats your boat, Bobbi. I'm not here to judge. So, yeah, don't do that. And so the other thing that sometimes happens, particularly when we release emotions,
People throw up?
sometimes.
Okay, because I saw that in my head.
But that's actually, but that's so funny because that's the analogy that I use. So they don't necessarily actually throw up.
I saw the picture first before you said it. I'm sorry.
So when you eat something, you taste it on the way down.
Oh.
And sometimes
it's like detoxing.
Sometimes when you throw it up, you taste it on the way back out again.
Okay. Now. All right. So, are you? Can you do body code on somebody via FaceTime,
Yeah.
via Zoom, via
Zoom.
all
I
those
can
things?
do it while we're not even talking. I can do it via email.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So, how do we close? Are we gonna just?
We're gonna do high five. Bye.
Okay.
You wanna do that?
Yeah. Bye.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Bye. Oh my God.
I mean, our last video, 21 people watched that.
Did they
Oh my
really?
God.
Do you want to do the muscle testing part?
Is that like reflexes? Am I gonna kick you?
I hope not. Are we recording?
Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we are good. Okay.
Yeah. And if you think that's not gonna make it into the video, you're crazy. Yeah.
A little insane.
Insane and membrane. Membrane.
Yeah, they're good.
Yes, is this a moonstone?
It is.
It's beautiful, and your ring matches,
Cute.
correct?
It does. I'm a moonstone girl. Hi there. I'm Bobbi, and I'm not Bobbi. I'm Erin.
I think we have a problem. I thought I was gonna be Bobbi this time.
Okay.
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 You
You be
be
Bobbi.
you, I'll be me.
I'll be Erin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause